I'm Menzies and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to guide you around the wonderful, fantastic Portimao track in Portugal. I'm going to show you my quickest lap that I did around there and also guide you through the lap, the gears, the brakes and what to look out for. So I managed to do this lap in a 2 minutes 4 and 0.2 of a second. So we're basically giving you some guidance here on how you basically do a sub 205. Now I did this on a 600, so this is on a Kawasaki ZX636. It's a 2021 spec bike, so if you've got a similar bike, this should pretty much give you gears, guides and everything on how to be able to ride this track and do a sub 205 minute. So let's crack on. I've actually got a video down here, so I'm going to have a quick look as I'm guiding you through and you get to see the main video, of course. So first of all, we have hammered down the start finish straight, and when you get to the end of the start finish straight, on the right hand side you basically have the pit wall. Your roll off for your throttle is the end of the pit wall. I'll be honest, I know normally what you should be doing is basically rolling off and braking at the same time. Personally, I found on this one that I rolled off, waited a little bit on the brakes and then down 2 gears before I'm leaning into the first corner. So as we then see us diving into the first corner, you want to basically grab quite a bit of lean angle. Again, we've got quite a bit of speed around here on the first corner, yeah, basically what we see as we come in here is we're doing ish about 65 miles an hour. We've got a nice cranked over lean angle that ish is around 40-degree lean angle, and you will find that this corner is actually quite flat, so you're able to run the bike a little bit on wide, allow the track to come with you and run out to the rumble strips. Now second corner is lovely. You can basically start getting on the gas and power through that corner, so you're on that one halfway down the straight, and then once you're halfway down this little straight before you hit turn 3, then basically you dive off the throttle and you're down 2 gears, so you're out of 4th and you're now getting down to 2nd gear. As we come around and we do 2nd gear around this corner, what you'll basically find is you come up a gear to 3rd gear, and you're basically going to hang out to the right hand side of this before you head into the 4th corner. What you notice here is quite a wide arc as you arc around to the right, get right over to the edge, leave a bit of a late apex or a late turn in, shall we say, for the 4th corner. If you do turn a bit on the early side, what you will find is you'll find yourself, because you're going uphill and it's a reasonably tight corner and a reasonably quick corner actually, is you do find yourself zooming out to the rumble strip before you get on the straight. Now that means you can't get on the gas and it knocks out all of your speed coming down the straight. So do remember, get out to the right hand side, just wait a bit before you do the turn in, and then you get a lovely line around the corner and you can get on the gas early so that you can zoom off down the straight. So again, as we come down this straight, I'm moving up from 3rd to 4th gear, and we're looking for the hut on the right hand side. So as we see the hut on the right, which is basically the marshal's post, that is your roll off marker and generally your braking marker. A little bit of trial and error here on where you are going to brake. Basically at the beginning when I first started doing this, I was finding that I was braking a little bit too late and diving in too deep and couldn't make the corner. So again, somewhere around that hut is where you want to be rolling off, changing down a gear from 4th to 3rd, and then getting your line ready to come into the left-hander, which is a little bit downhill as well, so just be a bit cautious. But it's a lovely feeling corner. As you come downhill, you'll feel basically the speed scrub off as you get to the apex, and then as you get to that apex, you're basically dialing back in again. You're starting to get on the throttle, which brings you back up out of the corner again as you sweep up outright out of the corner. As you're coming up out of the corner and then heading towards the next one, and also the lovely sign for the circuit, you want to be grabbing another gear. So I was jumping up from 3rd gear to 4th gear as we were coming through that corner, trying to straight line it as much as we possibly can and carry as much speed into the right hander here. Again, a little blip before we're on the brakes for what is quite a tight right hand bend, and again when we're doing that one, I was generally finding I was dropping 2 gears, so I was taking it from 4th down to 2nd. Now again, as we come back up this hill again, what I'm going to do is change immediately from 2nd to 3rd, and as we get to the top of what's known as the tabletop, I'm personally going to grab 4th gear. Now, reason I'm grabbing 4th gear here is because if you do not do that, you will definitely wheelie. Now, if you're on the left hand side of the track, even more chance for you to wheelie, so up to you if that's something that you want to do. Me personally, I like all wheels on the ground, thank you very much, and all wheels pointing in the right direction. So for me, what I did is move more to the right where there's less likelihood to wheelie, and I was actually changing from 3rd to 4th, which is a bit of a short shift, which you absolutely need for the next bit as you come down the hill. So talking about coming down that hill, as you come down that hill, you want to be over to the right hand side. Basically you're going to be cranking this in quite quick corner, this one for me personally over 100 miles an hour and a 50-degree lean angle. What I'm also going to do is just point out for you here a little pole which you want to kind of line yourself up with, because this next corner is completely blind. As you're riding it, all you basically see is the road in front of you, and it is so easy to roll off the gas and get on the brakes way too early. If you line yourself up with a pole, what you'll find is you end up being able to straight line this first right hand corner, and actually the first kind of apex is around your roll off and your braking point. Now if you get this one right, what you actually do is get to that apex, roll off, brake, make sure you're getting your eyes turned right for what will be the right going down the hill, and you get yourself a lovely line sweeping back in again, which then gives you the confidence to get down the hill on that nice line and get on the gas nice and early so that you have a decent one coming down the hill. Now again, I believe here that I am coming down and I'm in third gear. I believe I am coming down here. So again, over to the right hand side, sweeping back to the left hand side. We're topping out in third gear, and then we're on the brakes. Now braking point, there's a little road on your left hand side there. I was finding that was quite a good braking point for me. Now you have kind of a bit of a choice here on which way you want to do it. You can either basically hold on to second, drop down to second for the left hander, and then try and basically change up to third on the little straight that we're just about to go into, or you can leave it in third gear and basically try and go round in third. Now again, if you're in third, what you will find is you're going to be reasonably low in the revs, but it does help you for the next corner. Now I think on this one what I chose to do is actually be in second gear and then change up to third. We'll have a little listen here as we go through, but basically we're round the bend. Let's say we've done it in second. You then need to do the short straight. You need to be in third before you get to the right hander. Now this right hander is a little bit of a bugger. You do tend to find that you've got the road coming away from you a little bit, so as you're cranking in right, it wants to pull you out left. So unfortunately it is quite difficult to roll on the gas and get on the gas, but you absolutely need to make sure you're in the right gear for it on this particular bike. So for me, had to be in third, and then as you come out and start rolling on that throttle, you're in third, and then you've got two white lines on the left hand side that basically is a perfect point where you want to change up to fourth gear. Your whole fourth gear coming down the hill and you're banking over to the right hand side, you will find some rumbles on the road, so you're going to have to ride those through, and then basically your apex marker is going to be the end of you'll see part of the pit lane there. That one's really the perfect point to try and aim for as your apex as you're coming down the hill. You are then absolutely full gas, and as you come along the straight you basically get to see two white lines on the road. One of them is a white line, the other one is basically the start finish straight or start finish line, and those are perfect for gear changes. So first white line is basically up to fifth, and the second line is up to sixth, and then you are head down, bottom up, and on the throttle as much as you can all the way down the pit straight, and looking for the end of the pit wall, which again is back to the beginning and where we started. So I hope you found that really helpful. Hope that guides you through the track and you can see what I'm doing and where. What I'll now do for you is basically play the lap and you can enjoy. So thanks very much and see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please remember to not only like the video but also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos like this in the future. Thanks again for watching, and see you again soon.